Well, in today's video, I got a special treat for you. I'm here with Ken Campbell, the CEO, I guess, or
I'm the CEO at Gunsite.
Gunsite Academy here in Arizona. We're going to talk a little bit about Gunsite Academy and why it might be a great place for you to come train coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me, and I am so excited. First of all, I'm just excited to be at Gunsite, and I'm really excited to be able to share conversation with, this is Ken Campbell, the CEO of Gunsite, as I said.
I've already fired the gate guards for letting you in, and I'm hunting down our friend John Abbott for getting this set up.
Yeah, so as he said, John from Hog Holsters kind of connected us with it, and I'm thankful for that. But Ken, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to us. I really appreciate it, man.
I'm an old elected official, and you know, it's tough for me to sit down and talk with people.
Yeah, so you were actually a sheriff, right?
I was a county sheriff in central Indiana. As a matter of fact, if memory serves me well, it was 16 years ago today that I won my first election for sheriff.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And we were talking.
I had dark hair back then.
Yeah, I did too. We were talking earlier about the difference between sheriffs and police, and I think that I guess the big takeaway, we won't ramble about that, was the fact that sheriffs are elected by the people, and you serve at the will of the people, not some politician.
Right. I'll tell you, Brian, that's not rambling on. That's fact. The sheriff is a constitutional office, and they represent you. You and you and you. That's who they represent. The chief of police has to represent the mayor or the town board because that's who appoints them. But the sheriff is a constitutional office that you empower when you vote him or her in or out of office.
Yeah, so that's a big distinction there. So anyway, Gunsite, I was telling you, I remember when I was like 19 or 20 years old, maybe even earlier than that, reading articles from Jeff Cooper in Guns and Ammo magazines and American Handgun and these different magazines, and seeing hints about this training place and over the years in this place called Gunsite, and thinking, man, one day I hope I get to go there and look.
We're here. So, you made it.
So how long has Gunsite been around?
Gunsite opened in 1976. Wow. Jeff and Janelle Cooper moved out here. And when we first opened, if you don't know, we're the world's oldest and largest privately owned firearms training facility. So we've been doing this for, 46 years now. Wow. So plan on 4 more years. There's going to be one whale of a celebration here.
I bet.
So when they opened the place up, it was 162 acres. There were 2 square ranges, traditional ranges, 1 live fire shoot house, and 1 outdoor simulator. And that's kind of what set Gunsite aside. And now we're over 3,200 acres. We've got 27 ranges. We can shoot from contact distance to 2,400 yards. Wow. We've got multiple indoor and outdoor simulators. You're going to start experiencing those on Thursday and Friday. That's when the fun really starts. So we're some gun writers have said that we're the Harvard of the gun schools.
Yeah, but I will dispute the fact that that's when the fun starts, by the way. I'm having fun right now. We had a shoot-off today called the Duck of something.
The Duck of Death.
The Duck of Death, and I came in 4th, so
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah. So, but speaking of that, so I'm taking the 250 class. Is it just called 250?
The 250. Our classes were numbered like college classes. When the Coopers opened the school, they had an affiliation with one of the Arizona universities, so we numbered the classes like college classes. The introductory level pistol, if you will, is 250. Intermediate is 350. Advanced pistol is $499. In our carbine classes, the level 1 is 223, and the level 2 is 556.
That's cool. And just because it's the introductory doesn't mean it is like kindergarten.
Oh, no.
There's people in my class right now with me that are literally like operator level people, and then there's people like me. So, and there's people that didn't even bring a firearm. They've never shot a firearm before. They're like here to learn the basics, and everybody is treated the same. Everybody's treated with respect. There's none of this. It's just a really friendly, welcoming atmosphere that for everybody involved. And I don't see anybody feeling like they're out of their league or anybody that looks like they're pressured.
We call it the Gunsight Family. And what it is that whether you come here as a skilled operator from one of the alphabet organizations, or whether you're coming here and you've either got a gun in a box you've never opened, or you're renting a gun from our pro shop, we do treat you the same. Well, I'll give you an example. When I came here in November of 1990, I was a lieutenant on the sheriff's office. I was a SWAT team guy. I was a firearms instructor. I'd been to Masad Ayub and Ray Chapman. I'd been to Smith & Wesson Academy. And I called out here. And Jeff Cooper answered the phone. And again, I'm like you. I read the back page of Guns and Ammo and Cooper's commentaries and all those articles by him. And this is Jeff Cooper I'm talking to on the phone. And I said, well, this is who I am, and these are my bona fides, and I need to start at that intermediate pistol level. And he said, nope, that's not the way we do things here. You'll start at 250 pistol. And he hung up. And I thought, well, you old curmudgeon. But he was right. I came out here, I took my 250 in November of 90. I did not know what I didn't know.
Exactly.
And it changed my way of thinking of firearms training. And then we started changing the sheriff's office method, and then the next year the sheriff came out with us. I came out and took 499 pistol, he did 250, and then of course everything became his idea, so that made it easier for us. It changed things, and here we are all these years later.
Wow. And so how many actual courses do you have different
Well, I
courses
couldn't
right
even
now?
put a number on that right now. We do various levels of pistol, carbine, which is like an AR or a Ruger Mini 14, an M1 carbine, general rifle, which is 30 caliber and above. We do a lot of bolt guns there. It goes out to 400 yards. We do precision rifle, which takes you out to 12 to 1400 yards. We do extreme long range rifle, which goes out to 2400 yards. We do various levels of shotgun. We do ladies only classes. It's not that a ladies class is different than men. It's some ladies don't want to learn with men in class. Right. So we have ladies classes. That's in various levels of pistol. We do close quarters pistol. We do close quarters pistol. It's 5 days. We do edged weapons. We do trauma med. Our trauma med was initially based on a wartime model. Now it's based on an active shooter model. We teach a citizen response to active shooter class. We've got a church defense class. If your church has a team or you're putting one together, this teaches you not just this aspect of it, but this aspect of it. Who you want on your team, or more importantly, who do you not want on your team? How to link up with law enforcement. We do vehicle defense. This is an unwoke Disneyland with guns.
That's cool. And something I thought was really cool, and you might think it's cool. If you don't, I'm sorry for you, but we started the week with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes, sir.
And
every class.
That's pretty cool.
We begin every class with the Pledge of Allegiance, and I've had actually 3 complaints on that over the past 2 years about our patriotism. And simply put, if you want to complain about us being patriots, you go ahead, but I don't give a damn. We are patriots here, and we will forever be patriots here.
I agree.
Most of our staff are either military, law enforcement, active duty, or retired, or both. They're specialists in their field, and they're patriot as well.
Just an example, I've got 3 instructors in our class, and the range master is a retired lieutenant colonel in the United States Marine Corps. One of the other instructors is retired police officer from LAPD, and he's had who knows what he's faced out there. Yeah. And the other guy is he's actually an archery instructor.
Yeah, but his experience comes in the hunting realm.
Yeah,
he's a very experienced hunter.
Oh, he's on his game, man. Yeah. He's been here a long time too.
Well, in 1 year, 3 years ago, he drew a bull elk tag, got his bull elk. He was out with his friend who had a cow tag, and he told his friend, "I'm sorry, you're not going to get your cow elk today." And he took a huge mountain lion. Wow. And then he's got his wife out. She still had a deer tag, and he's glassing, and he says, "Honey, give me the rifle." And he took the number 2 black bear in the state of Arizona.
Wow.
I said, "Gary, just quit hunting now.
Yeah.
You'll never have I want to be partners with his taxidermist." But Gary feeds his family, but he has a specific skill set in the hunting and tracking and guiding, as well as archery instruction. We don't do archery.
He's doing pretty good on the handgun. I'll tell you, he's helping me a lot.
He's very smooth. We're not a club. We're not membership driven. We're strictly a training academy. You pay a tuition to come in here, and the tuition's just like college. You're walking in the door. That's not your ammo. It's not your room and board. It's not your meals. Not your transportation. Just to walk in the door. And I told you on Monday morning, told everybody, if you apply yourself all week, you have to apply yourself. Don't be that guy. And at the end of the week, if you can come in and convince me you learned nothing and there was no benefit to this class, I'll give you your tuition back. Now, you want to ask me how often I write those checks?
Not many. It's too late for me already. Because I think I've had discussions with people before that people say I train all the time. And what they mean is they practice all the time. Yeah. And the problem with that is, like today, you don't really know what you're doing wrong unless you have somebody say, hey, maybe if you do it this way, it might be a little better.
Right.
And wow, it is a little better, you know. So, but you wouldn't know that if you didn't have somebody that was skilled enough to recognize those errors, and not just to somebody to watch you, but somebody that knows what to watch for.
One of my, it's a joke, but it's not, because I'll come up, and I was down on the line for a while today, just hanging out and working with some of the students, and I said, you know, you pay me to nitpick you.
Yeah.
And that's what you do. You're paying us to watch all these things you do and all these little things. Hey, maybe move your hand a little bit this way, move your feet a little bit this way, and all the things on this end have direct correlation with where that bullet ends up on that end.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're here for. We're teaching you how to fight with your weapon system.
Yeah, and that's really what sets Gunsight and a few other places apart from the majority of a lot of firearms. Like a lot of your concealed carry permit classes, stuff people have to take, they really don't have anything to do with actual real world applicability.
They're
to
teaching
using
you to be
gun.
safe.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah,
Again, here, safety drives everything
Right,
we
right.
do. The 4 safety rules. If you're old enough to remember Burma Shave, the Burma Shave signs are up on our driveway coming in, only the 4 safety rules.
And going out.
Yeah, and going out. You can't go to the bathroom, standing up or sitting down, without looking at the 4 safety rules. They are everywhere because we drive those in to make them an everyday part of your everyday consciousness so that you are safe. So that drives everything we do, but then on top of that, we're teaching you how to fight with that weapon system.
Absolutely. And sorry, that was to do with the 4-wheeler thing, but something else I thought was cool is that all the buildings out here are named after books of the Bible.
Yes, sir.
So like this is the classroom.
It's Revelation.
Revelation. And so
Yeah, the office is Matthew, the barn is Mark, the pro shop is Luke, classroom is Revelation, and the bathroom, of course, would be John.
So
Coopers did that all those years ago.
The Luke, I took a picture of that one because I have a son named Luke. But that's a dangerous place. That's what we joke about. The pro shop's the most dangerous place here because they'll let you run a tab. So,
Well, a year or two ago, at the end of the week, you fill out an evaluation on the facilities, on the instructors, on the lunches, all those kind of things. And there was a fellow who was a bartender put on his evaluation that it was a dangerous thing to run a tab. Yeah. And I thought, how does a bartender not know it's a dangerous thing to run a tab? But we do have a great pro shop, and there's a lot of companies would like to have their product in our pro shop, but it's got to meet a certain standard. Yeah, we try not to sell any junk. We sell the requisite hats and shirts, but there's also really good gun gear in there. And
there is, absolutely.
You can hurt yourself. Yeah, you can.
I had to buy a shirt.
I like your tailor.
I got here the other day and realized I'm in Arizona. I'm from Georgia, and the sun's pretty bright. And I didn't really have a long sleeve shirt, but a sweatshirt. And I thought, man, that's not going to work. So I had to go buy me a shirt, but I like it. And they've got all Jeff Cooper's books in there.
Yes, we do.
We got some really, really nice firearms in there.
You've got a real treat coming up the end of the week too, because all the 250 classes at the end of the class after graduation, we go over to Cooper's home. It's called the Sconce, and you get a tour of the home. Usually 2 of the daughters, Lindy and Christy, are there, and they carry on their mother's tradition of tea, lemonade, and brownies for the students, and they visit with you a little bit about the Jeff Cooper Legacy Foundation, which is a 501c3 that does scholarships to 250 pistol classes at Gunsight. The Jeff Cooper Legacy Foundation. Use your search engine and find that. Well, anyway, they are there. They talk a little bit about that, and then you get turned loose in the house. You can go up the spiral staircase into the crow's nest, which was his office as he left it. You can look at all the different animal heads, trophies, on the main floor, or you can go down the spiral staircase into his library and the ultimate man cave, his armory.
Wow.
Now, I'll be patting you down coming out of that armory. There's some pretty cool guns in there.
Yeah, you got some pretty cool ones in your office too. And so speaking of that, Jeff Cooper, he's pretty much like the scout rifle. That was kind of his concept.
Yes, it
right?
was, absolutely.
And that was what? Can you kind of explain the
right,
concept?
a scout rifle was something he envisioned to be that a scout, not as in a Boy Scout, but a military scout would be able to carry with them and would do several things very well. It's not to take on the masses as they're attacking, but rather deal with something almost surgically. So it's not a sniper rifle. He envisioned it to be 1 meter in length, 6.6 pounds, had a forward-mounted optic, be able to feed it a round at a time, or a magazine fed if you could, and in a real caliber like .308. So the original scout rifles were made in the Gunsite Gunsmithy, and they were based off of Remington 600s and 660s, things like that. And then eventually, Cooper got the idea sold to Steyr, And Steyr makes the Steyr Scout, and it's in some different calibers beyond .308, also in .223 and I don't recall the other calibers right off the top of my head. And you can get your forward. The nice thing about a forward-mounted optic is you can leave both eyes open, like with your red dot. So you still have a field of view. The Steyr Scout has a detachable box magazine. You can even has one in the buttstock, so you can move it, and it has an integral bipod on it. Ruger made a Gunsite Scout rifle for a period of time. So it's just a general all-purpose rifle that will do many things very well. I look at it as it's a Boy Scout pocket knife. It's not a scalpel and it's not a Bowie knife, but it's a general purpose knife that I can do many things with.
Great. Well, so I know it's just about time. I don't want to keep Ken too late here.
I'm an old elected official. I can talk.
That's right. So, but I'll tell you that like this is my second day here, and I'm really excited. Like you said, we're going to do some night stuff.
Thursday evening, you got night shooting.
Level. Got some I don't even know what he means by simulators, but I'm
that's a live fire indoor shoot house. You'll be going through a live fire indoor shoot house, one-on-one with the instructor, furniture, doors, windows, good guy targets and bad guy targets. So you have to decide, is it a good guy or a bad guy? And you don't want to just jump out there and expose all of you. We're taking all the tactics and making you think. That's the tough part, right? It's one thing when a target goes and you shoot at a piece of paper.
Right.
Now you're going through a house and you're being critiqued to see if you can identify is it a good guy or bad guy without exposing too much of you and get good hits on it.
Oh, wow. I'm looking really forward to that.
I'm telling you, that's when the fun really starts.
It does sound like fun. And then it's not just you pays your money and you do your class and you leave. There's some actual qualifications.
Right, there is. If you choose to have a graded certificate, we grade you. Now, a lot of people think it has to do with your score on these paper targets. It's not. It's very subjective based on what our instructors think, but it's how well you do in the simulators is the major part of the grade. Did you shoot a good guy target? That doesn't enhance your grade by any means. Did you listen and learn between Thursday when you went through the indoor and outdoor simulators and Friday? Did you make the same mistakes twice? If so, then that reflects. And we have a certificate of completion, which means you came and you did okay. A marksman grade means you came and you did well and you can advance to the next level class. A marksman 1 means you came and you did really well and you can advance to the next class. And then we have what's called the Golden E, which is the expert rating. And there aren't many Golden E's awarded out. Not every class does not have 1 or 2 or whatever. And they truly get a 24-karat gold Raven that they can wear on their suit coat or whatever the case may be. So it has to do with your mindset. Now, tomorrow is your best lecture, speaking of mindset.
Oh, yeah.
We teach mindset, gun handling, and marksmanship. And the mindset's the primary answer. It's not this 1911 here on my hip. It's this right here. And tomorrow morning's your mindset lecture, including hearing Jeff Cooper actually give the lecture. And it's like your old listen to your favorite granddad tell a story.
Cool. Yeah.
And the clothing is dated and some of the analogies are dated, but it's sort of like the Ten Commandments. They are tried and true.
Right. Well, I look forward to that. So, well, hopefully you look forward to hearing more about this. And I'm telling you, if you get a chance to come out here, it's worth the trip. It's worth the money. It's worth everything.
Thank you.
It really is. What I've seen is the caliber of people. Everybody I've met here. Oh, by the way, just an aside. You need to pay for the lunch. Just buy the lunch, okay? The catered lunch. It is man. It is delicious. It's great. So everybody I've met, what I've taken away is that people are really concerned that you learn what you're supposed to learn and that you improve. It's not just a job to people here.
No, it's not.
It's a passion.
And we're not boot camp. I mean, if you want us to yell at you and have you do push-ups, we got a pull-up bar over here. We can do all that. We got the skill set, but we don't need to. This is adult education. When you're having fun, your learning curve rockets, and that's what happens here. You're having fun. I'm
having fun. So anyway, well, thanks so much.
All right,
and thank you for watching Survival on Purpose.
I close all my videos the same way. When are you coming to Gunsight?
There you go. And I close with, remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ken. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Indeed.